Hello everyone, Russ Elkins here with Clips of Tips. Today I want to correct a couple of problems with this image. One of the problems is related to the wicking of the water that has eased up the leg. There's a hard line here and I'd really like to fade that water in and not have it such a hard line across the leg. The second issue that I see with this photo is I want to tone down the light on the feet. The feet are just kind of out there. And I'm going to do a vignette with a brush. I'll do this often. It seems to me that when I use a brush, it makes things look a little more natural. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do, which I always do, is press Command J to replicate the background layer. And I'm going to create a curves adjustment layer, and I want to pull up on that curve a little to lighten the entire image. I'm going to invert the mask by pressing Command I or Control I if you're on a PC. I want to go in and make sure I've got white selected and a brush. I want to make the brush a little bit bigger. Make sure you've got a soft brush when you do this. And I've got a flow of 3%. You want to start with a real low flow doing this. And again, the wicking itself is okay. I just don't like it to the degree that it is. Curve seems to be doing this pretty well. Again, I'm just slowly painting. Help fade that in. Let's go in and zoom. I'm going to add one more curves layer. I want to darken the layer. Now I'll use a brush and just to help remove any evidence that there was a line there before. Also tone down this light spot on the leg a little. So the line on the legs have been corrected. What I want to do now is I want to add a vignette, and to do that I'm going to add a levels adjustment layer. And to this levels adjustment layer I'm going to go to my output and pull down the output quite a bit, which is going to darken the entire image. I'm going to press Command I to invert the mask. Control I if you're on a PC. Increase the size of my brush quite a bit. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to just start painting with white to tone this down. Again, this is just going to help add emphasis to the subject. This particular photo was taken with, of course, the sun to the back, so I'm getting this shadow cast forward, but I did fill this with fill flash, and what I used was an Apollo orb, a Westcott Apollo orb, and I had an Einstein 640 head inside it. It was actually in the water on a stand, and that was my fill. So one of the reasons I like using levels and doing a vignette with a brush is, to me, it looks a little more natural. And the way it fades in, it's irregular. It's not, like a big circle of light there. The idea with the vignette is not to overdo it, to make it look like it's just a natural darkness around the image and you lit the image with flash. Create a merge visible layer by pressing Shift Option Command E. And we can take a look at our before and after. So that's our before, and that's our after. Thanks for watching this Clips of Tips.